This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
This is your WGBW Daily News Roundup for the Talk of Green Bay, 97.9 FM and 1590 AM.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. A Dane County Circuit judge has struck down Wisconsin's Act 10 law. Earlier this year, Judge Jacob Frost ruled that parts of the law were unenforceable. Yesterday's ruling strikes down arguably the most crucial part of Act 10, which banned collective bargaining for public employees, including teachers. Act 10 became a law in 2011. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos has promised to appeal the decision. Appearing on Civic Media's Earl Ingram show yesterday, Ben Wickler, Wisconsin's Democratic Party chair, said he wants to bring the party's success in Wisconsin this past election cycle to the national stage.
Now, in Wisconsin, we turned out more voters for Harris than we did for Biden. We turned out a ton of people. There were some people who came out of the woodwork and voted for Trump, and so he got even more votes. But Harris earned a phenomenal level of support across our state. And I think that speaks to the strength of our unity and our ability to communicate and the work to be done.
Wickler joins a long list of Democrats across the nation vying for the Democratic national chair position. Wisconsin farmers are losing hope that a new farm bill or an extension on the current farm bill will be approved during the final days of this year. The United States Congress returns to session today with about 2 weeks to approve another farm bill extension or a new farm bill entirely. But experts believe there will be no movement on the bill until the next Congress. The bill was a major topic in the final days of Wisconsin's Senate race and provides support for the farming industry, like crop insurance and sustainable farming assistance. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued a warning about cucumbers sold in Wisconsin. Derek Tritz reports.
3 Wisconsinites have contracted salmonella from cucumbers sold in the Badger State. 65 other people have been infected across 18 other states, according to the CDC. The cucumbers can be traced back to a company named Sunfed Produce and were shipped to 26 states, including Wisconsin, between October 12th and November 26th, according to the FDA. The Wisconsin DHS, alongside other state and federal partners, are currently investigating further into this multi-state outbreak. While the cucumbers have been recalled, the DHS recommends Wisconsinites to check their home for contaminated cucumbers. These can be identified by a Sunfed sticker on individual cucumbers. If you are unsure whether cucumbers you bought are part of the recall, the DHS recommends contacting the store you purchased from.
The Appleton Fire Department's Keep the Wreath Green program promotes fire safety during the holiday season. Its goal is to minimize residential and commercial fires. Public Information Officer Alex Quintana.
So the holiday season brings increased fire risk for many reasons. We have decorative lighting. With that comes potentially overloading outlets, maybe some holiday decorations that you've had for quite a few years or maybe even quite a few generations. So, upkeep on those, looking out for frayed wiring.
Each Appleton fire station displays wreaths with green bulbs. If a fire occurs in the city, a green bulb is replaced with a red one. The fire department aims to tie the record from 2011 with just one red bulb, which was added to the wreath already on the first day of the promotion this year. Scams are a global business. Grant Wheat, the Vice President of Risk Management at Verva Credit Union, warns consumers not to become one of the 57,000 people every day taken in by a scam.
If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is, right? So from websites to charities to payment ways, if it's not something you've done before or have taken advantage of before, and it just seems too good to be true, then it probably is.
Wheat says holiday scams can come in the form of travel deals, look-alike online stores, and even fake charities. Touted as a global generosity movement, Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving and is a time when people are encouraged to make their holiday gifts to nonprofit organizations. Eric Sponholtz with Literacy Green Bay says Giving Tuesday is a great way to wrap up the Thanksgiving holiday after the spending of Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday.
Giving Tuesday is a good representation of the spirit, the philanthropy spirit of the community.
To learn more about how you can get involved in Giving Tuesday, check out civicmedia.us/giving. I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.FM.
The Bucks are on the road. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. It's the Bucks and the Pistons tonight in Detroit, an NBA Cup game, the in-season tournament. Doc Rivers thinks this could be a fun game to watch.
It's early in the season, and you have a game that has some meaning behind it. The team that you're playing, it's a must-win for them. You know, it's a must-win for both teams in some ways. You don't get this early, and so I think it's good for everybody.
College hoops, Wisconsin hosts Michigan tonight in Madison. The Badgers now ranked 11th in the nation in the latest AP poll. NFL, Packers getting ready for the Lions. Green Bay defensive end Lucas Van Ness has a quarterback sack in each of the Packers' last 2 games. I asked him about Lions quarterback Jared Goff.
Yeah, you know, you've seen that he's a very efficient passer, and we're going to do what we can just to kind of keep the momentum we've had over the past few weeks, getting after quarterbacks and trying to do our best to impact the game that way.
That's the Packers' Lucas Van Ness with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
Partly to mostly cloudy today with a high in the upper 20s. Tonight, steady temperatures, and then tomorrow we'll stay in the low 30s through much of the day. It'll be cloudy with flurries, very windy with falling temperatures late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. It'll be windy with falling temperatures through much of the day Thursday. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Temperature now 24.
That's your WGBW Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WGBW.FM. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.